Welcome back! Welcome back to my channel. I'm glad to have you back. I hope you had a wonderful weekend. Hope you had a nice time. Hope you enjoyed the weather, the cold, or the hot, whichever it was. And I'm just glad to have you back here. And today we're going to talk about the one thing I love to see every year is the Oscars. This year, I didn't see all the movies. I think I saw two. I saw Call Me By Your Name and Three Billboards in Edenton, Missouri. Three Billboards outside of it. I saw that one. And let's get on with it. I'm just going to run through little tidbits that I thought was interesting about the Oscars or what happened during the Oscars. But maybe touch on a little, if we have time, I'll touch a little bit of people who I thought came to slay the red carpet and others that bear no mention. But over here, we don't judge. We just make sure they're just people just like us. They're normal people. They have a normal day job. This is just like their Christmas banquet. That's what it is, basically. And so, let's get started. This was the 90th Oscars. Wow. And they made sure to honor all it from expanding it all. I've listened to all the podcasts. I've read all the little Glamour, Us, E-News, blah, 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 everywhere. I scoured it all. Thank God for the internet. Because there's probably more to even scour. So, let's get started. And the first thing we should start is Jimmy Kimmel was hosting again. And he had some big shoes to fill, but gratefully for him, he acknowledged all the stuff that went down in last season. He went there with Envelope Gate. He rectified it, said it, stated. He went there with the Me Too and Time's Up movement. He acknowledged it like a good person would, tied a boat on it, and pushed the Oscars through. Good hosting. That was good hosting. To do that and not get political or get in it or whatever. Just kind of touch it, make your peace, move on. Good job, Jimmy. All right, and let's be honest. 9 times out of 10, we don't have to watch it no more because you can get, I think, half the times on these award shows, you already know who won before they even made the speech. So, but there was a few that were picked to win, from following the Golden Globe track and the Spirit Award and then the BAFTA. There's a trend. If they win it here, they win it here, they win it here. They pretty much, it's pretty much a pattern they have on all these award shows. They pretty much set them all up, and it just is a domino effect of winning for the same category. But there was some. I don't think if there was some unexpecteds. The best picture was Shape of Water. I didn't see that. I've heard great things about it. Best actor in the lead role was Gary Oldman for The Darkest Hour. It looked intriguing. I'm glad you could tell he did some method acting, prosthetics and all that. So it's a movie that I would probably watch. Frances McDormand, which I did watch, she was incredible and she was picked to win. So was Gary Oldman, and I don't know about The Shape of Water, but they were picked to win. Sam Rockwell won as Best Actor in Supporting Role, and Allison Janney. Coco won for Animated Film and for Song. I was hoping for This Is Me. I just love that song. It just feels like, that song feels like the movement that's going on now, that's the song it's for. This is me. This is me. I don't care what, the bruises and, it's just, this is me. I love the song. I was hoping they'd win. I love the movie. It was a great movie. If you haven't seen The Greatest Showman, go see it. Zendaya and Zac Efron, they will look so gorgeous together. The only reason why I was like, they're so gorgeous together is because I loved Zac ever since he was, let me just say, I loved him when I wasn't supposed to. But I knew he was going somewhere, and I'm sad it's not going to father. Okay, let's get going, because we have a lot to power through. All right, Adam Ripton wore Mosquito on the runway, but he added a little kink to it. He had a little leather harness. Daddies beware! You got all the letter daddies all in the hotness. They're like, woo! Rita Moreno, she wore her 1962 Oscar dress again when she won for supporting role for West Side Story. I thought that was so sweet that she did Kate Middleton. She just recycled it from 62 years ago. Well, from 1962. So, hey, the dress is older than me. Emma Stone, I was shocked. She came in pants. I will discuss if she have time what she wore, but I liked it because I didn't get to see Jimmy Kimmel's speech, but there was a little shade to Emma Stone, from what I read, throwing, but she came back and did a Natalie Portman 3.0, and she basically shaded all the Best Director nominees by saying all their name and she said all these Best Director males and Greta Gerwig. She she went there. I'm glad she did. She just had to. It was the same Natalie Portman dude. We have all these male directors, and here's a woman. And it's been 8 years since we had one, so Academy, get it together. Allison Janney, she won, and I loved her acceptance speech because she said, "I did it all." And you gotta agree with her. She had to do the work. She had to get the lines and make sure she inhabit the character. So she did do it all, but she acknowledged that all the other people that helped her, the cast and all that. So it was a good little speech. I loved it. I loved her speech. Danielle Vega was the first openly transgender presenter at the Oscars, and yay! I think her movie won for best, was it best international film or whatever? I know it was, can't remember. I saw it and I was like, oh wow. Glad she won. I'm glad she's the first. Thank you. We're honored for you to trailblaze the way. I'm honored that they didn't move around the Me Too or Time's Up movement. They kind of just acknowledged it, said this is going on. We all got to get it together. We're representation. We're the ones that are supposed to be making sure the others follow foot. So let's get it together. And it was that kind of message, like, this is a movement. Let's not miss this momentum. Let's not sugarcoat it. Let's not be like, okay, yeah, we'll talk about it, but behind closed doors, we're not doing nothing about it. Common and Andre Day's stand-ups performance was great. I love when Common came out with those sick beats, and he was talking about the Parkland and all these different things that are going on in the world. And he's like, hey, you just got to stand up. You got to stand up. We need to quit sitting down. We need to stand up. If you feel mistreated, stand up. If you feel people at work don't recognize you, stand up. If you feel that your boyfriend or your husband or your girlfriend or whatever is not noticing you, stand up and tell them, hey, you see this? This is golden. Flawless. Flawless 4.0. I'm the flawless before Beyonce comes. Flawless remix to remix. So that was good. Jordan Peele was the first African American Best Original Screenplay Director. I am so proud he won. Get Out was a big movie movement for the year. For it not to do big, I don't know if that's a bad or not, but it seemed like Oscar just keeps doing. There was nothing unpredictable, but this was an unpredictable moment because it could go any other way. But Frances McDormand had a great speech. She said, I may be so honored to have all these female nominees in every category stand up with me in the room. And then she said, stand up. You took notice. You looked around. And then she said, I want all you directors, financiers to talk to us next week. Call us, because we all have stories to tell. We all have stories to tell. Forget Me Too, Time's Up, yes, but these women have stories to tell, and we should listen. There's some good stories. And also, I've heard another tidbit. She lost her Oscar at the after parties, but it was rescued and given right back to her. But the person's in trouble. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Sorry. My neighbor, she was waving. I was like, oh, I have to be a good neighbor. We're neighborly here. And so her speech, then I want to call it the cherry on top, the person that was the person of the year from the movie's Girls Trip. Tiffany Haddish teamed up with Maya Rudolph. Oh, they were getting these are the people for the Oscar next year because they came in with their heels on, having that, girl, I've been had these on since 11. She was like, I had these on since the Spirit Awards. Just funny. They can do it. Let them do it. Come on. You talking about diversity, 2 black women. 1 black and 1 half black. Come on, let it happen. And so, but the sweet story is she ran into Meryl Streep. And Meryl Streep on the red carpet, and she was doing an interview, doing the press, and she lifted up her skirt and ran and talked to Meryl Streep, and she was like, maybe you should be my mother in Girls Trip too. And she curtsied her and said, could you be my mama? And it was all good. It was good. It was a good Oscar. It was a good little Oscar. It's kind of boring. It's never really, it's just predictable. You know, I'm glad Get Out won. I'm glad they had the first transgender. I'm glad they had other stuff. I'm glad they honored the Me Too movement to Time Up. For some weird reason, I love the memoriam because you forget all the people who passed away in a year. It solidifies all these great legends that's left. But that's it. If you want to let me do fashion, let me know because I love fashion. All I gotta say is who was bringing it. What's her name? Allison Janney, loved her outfit. Margie Robert, loved hers. What's her name from Gina Rodriguez, loved her dress. She had a stunning dress. But guess who slayed it and let all the other guys know? Jennifer Garner in that blue. And then she has a mean. But Jennifer Garner, oh, you showed up, showed out. All the ladies from Black Panther. I wasn't a fan of Lupita Nyong'o's dress, but it's alright. It's alright. I expected more of her, but then, you know, it wasn't that bad when it was still on the best dress list. But that's it. So you'll see me again tomorrow. Thanks for watching my channel. If you like to subscribe. We're good people over here. We just like to have fun. Just keep in touch with the fashion and all the trends and what's going on in pop culture, what's going on in the world, you know. So I hope you have a great day. Just remember, be good and send good vibes out there to everyone. Peace. 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 Bye.